So day 3, I am so proud of the homework that I'm getting, both in the group and in the DMs. You guys are really taking charge, which is exciting to me. And I've been absolutely loving the feedback. So day 3, which I'm sad is the last day. However, I do have a bonus day for those of you that have registered that won't actually be broadcasted live. So that's exciting. Got to go through the same things, hopefully I have your permission. I make up words, there's typos, you have the workbooks, I miss things. Like, it happens. I'm not perfect. Share from my point of view, sometimes sailor speak, try to keep that. Today I am going to share with you this thing that I am birthing, which I am like, my heart is so on fire. I've never been this excited about anything. So I will be sharing towards the end this special offer that I have. And that's happening today at the end of the training. And then I'm going to tell it as it is. And you guys know that. So we're just going to go on through there. Today, we're talking about your goals, your soul aligned clients. We are going to create a 30-day action plan / roadmap. And for transparency, again, I am going to share with you what Soulful podcasting is and the homework for today, because like I said, we're not done. So goals, set, plan, work. This is kind of a hot mess, but we do things fast. We want to talk about 5 goals for the next 30 days. And I did leave these blank intentionally because I want you to not just think about goals in the sense of, this is my goal, is to start a podcast. My goal is to create something. I want this to be a reflection of yesterday. Yesterday, we opened up a lot of things. We really allowed, if you allowed yourself to go into the meditation, into the things that we did, we activated some stuff inside. Things got bubbled up to the surface. New awareness got brought on things. So I want these to be goals that aren't just business related. Maybe you're like, holy crap, my top 3 priorities are the last things on my list. Is there a goal that you can make where you can start shifting out of some of that hustle mentality? We're all business owners here. So some of us are working the 10-hour days, doing the wrong things, and our priorities are still at the bottom of our list. So we're not actually moving our life forward to reach this big, beautiful abundance that we can be. So when you go through your goals, again, yeah, you can put some business goals in here, but I do not want to see 5 business goals unless you have the best life ever, your priorities in order, everything's just happening for you. When you share these, I really hope that they're not all business goals. I really hope that there is some personal goals in there. Maybe it's take an extra 10 minutes to talk to someone, to connect with a friend. Maybe it's, stop working at 6 p.m. and connect with my family. Maybe it's don't start working until noon so that I can be with somebody. So I want you to really think about the goals that you have in doing this, because again, your business is a reflection of your life. So why we did yesterday with the priorities and figuring out all these different things is truly because we need to get our life in order, our self in order, start connecting our soul to our business and relight that fire. So I want you to actually think about these goals. You can put a business goal. You don't even have to put business goals on here, but in the next 30 days, what are 5 things you'd like to accomplish that are realistic? I'm going to make $1 million in the next 30 days. For me, isn't realistic. I mean, I guess I could win the lotto, but you kind of get what I'm saying here. So the goals. So I want you to think about the goals. And if you are willing to share them, again, post your homework so we can cheer you on. We can keep you accountable. As you know, I give loving reminders. If you've been participating in any of the Messy Action Mondays, you see that I will be your accountability for free in this community. That's just what I like doing. So share so we can be accountable. We can help you through this next 30 days and beyond. So who are we talking to? I know in your workbook, it's a different order, but I think that we really need to start thinking about who we want to talk to. If you reflect back on yesterday, there was some stuff that came up. As we also said yesterday, is the person that you're talking to, that avatar, is you at some point in your life. They might be a version of you 5 years ago, but who is it that you actually want to talk to? For a long time, I went through one business to the next business to the next business, trying to figure this out. For so long, I thought I wanted to talk to chronic pain warriors. I really didn't. A lot of them like being a chronic pain warrior and love that victim mentality. It wasn't working for me. Not everybody, but I was attracting those people because I wasn't specific. I could still have served them, but I was collecting the victims because I wasn't clear on, okay, I want to talk to the chronic pain warriors that actually will do the work to get better. So there's the step of, I want to work with chronic pain warriors to that are willing to do the work. So I want you to go deeper into that, name the single person. And when you write your posts, when you talk on your podcast, when you create any content, talk to that one person. Like, we're having conversations. Maybe all of us in here are your ideal clients and the people that you want to attract into your life. Maybe, go beyond this of like, who do you want to surround yourself in your life? Because you want your clients to be somebody that you could be like, oh yeah, I'm one step ahead of you, but we always want to help our friends. So really start thinking about this, like what kind of hobbies do they have? Because again, we don't want to just talk about our businesses on our podcast. We don't want to just be like this. There's so many levels, which we found out the other day. You guys have so many topics within what you want to share in your podcast. Who is that's listening? Who's your twin out there that's listening? Who's that person that was, really start thinking about them. Think about they have the same values and priorities as you. Because if you have one point of view and they have one point of view, that's going to butt heads and it's really not fun. So as you go through the homework, I want you to really start thinking about and feeling that person that you want to talk to. Because there's more than one person out there, but you only have to name the one person because we all have a lot of similarities. And then I want you to kind of declare your mission. So on here, it's the declaration statement, which is spelled incorrectly. Because, it's me and I love to spell things incorrectly because I have my own language. I want you to really own it. So we had, you guys decided on like, okay, this is the topic I want to talk about. Declare it. Say, yeah, I deserve this. And I want you to actually write out your mission or your declaration statement. Like, I declare I will be the first only soulful podcast, person, junkie, whatever, goddess, that will be bringing soulful podcasting to the world to create more self-love and more soul-aligned businesses. I really want you to start declaring things. I declare this. Think about the Declaration of Independence. This is a declaration. This is a big freaking deal. Something that when you're gone, it's part of your legacy. Jen declared this when she was here with us, but look at how her declaration built her legacy and allowed it to move on. So this is kind of a big deal, right? It's a pretty big declaration statement. You might already know it. You might not know it, but I really want you to feel into what do you want to own? And the great thing is as you grow, this can change. Just like everything. This is your declaration for this day, this moment. Tomorrow you might wake up and be like, oh, that doesn't feel good. Okay, why? First, get curious and ask why it doesn't feel good. And second, ask, okay, what would feel better? My statement and my mission switch all the time. The core is always there, the tsunami of self-love through sharing your magic with the world, but it pivots a little bit. So I really want you to think about that and take some time to do that. And then we go into the mapping. So for you guys that are on live right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the activation because we want to activate ourselves. We want to open it up. And then I will share Soulful Podcasting with you. And then as soon as I'm done sharing, I am going to stop the live streaming and really help you guys that have showed up live create this plan specifically to you where we're not sharing inside the group. Does that sound good? Get a thumbs up. I have some of you. Good. Okay. Because I don't want you to feel like we're rushing through this portion, but we're going to plan the roadmap. But I want you to be open like we did yesterday. I want you to be open to the idea that there could be something different, open to the idea that there's something more, open to the idea of it doesn't have to be a struggle. We don't have to get crappy clients. We don't have to do all those things. It can really come in and ease and flow. So, do I have your permission to share what's coming out? Yeah, okay. We'll go through it fast, I promise, because this isn't as fun for me either. So I do have a DIY launch program, but I wanted to go deeper. I still offer my DIY, which also comes with some group coaching and things like that. So if that seems like a better fit, we can chat afterwards. But I really wanted to help soul-led women really profit from their aligned offers. You can tell this is not my easy part right here, right? But we're doing the things. So my soul-led baby is born. This is for soul-led women ready to create a magical offer and launch a successful, profitable, impactful podcast out of the gate. So this isn't just launch a podcast. This is building the whole system around a marketing plan that feels good and using podcasting as part of that that system. The woman who wants her program and marketing to be a full body yes. So I'm happy to present Soulful Podcasting, the only soul-aligned podcast launch program that starts with building a soul-aligned offer, then launches a podcast to fill it, because you are way too magical to be a Ripple soul sister. And this is something that it feels so good to me. When I actually stood up, I went to an event, which I know some of you went to with me. I grabbed a microphone for the first time ever at a event ever. I grabbed the microphone and I shared this offer with a room full of 100 women, me, who doesn't talk or meet people. And I got so much feedback from it. It was like, I couldn't stop myself. I kept telling my hand, like, go down, but I couldn't actually put my hand down. And I kept saying that to myself, but I was like, okay, this is cool. So anyways, little backstory. So what the goodies are inside this program, it's different because this is the founding. So you get a whole bunch more. You get to build it with me, all these fun things. So you get a soul-aligned business modules, which is discover, embody, inspire, transform your legacy, which is deity, because I want us all to bring the deity out inside. It's a 12-week of sisterhood calls, an onboarding call, a one-on-one business growth call, private Facebook community for 90 days, all the done for you templates for your building out your sales pages, your podcast, building your offer, all of that, all the tech support for podcasting, because that's my jam. I can kind of help with websites, but I'm not great at that. All the tools. So you get all these activations and these tools, all this one-on-ones for next step for personal growth, support calls, and this beautiful community where you get peer support and me, and tons of guidance. So that all adds up to this $16,885. That's not even close to what I'm offering it for. But there's also bonuses, because we love bonuses. And I say 24 hours, but let's be real, like, I hate to say this, but if you come to me, soon-ish, these will still be in effect. An extra 3 months inside the community, meaning you get 6 months of coaching. So 24 weekly soul sisters plus your one-on-ones. You get all these extra things, another value. Another one is you get you get access to the core curriculum for life, because I'm constantly learning, I'm constantly growing. So I'm constantly building the back end of the course of like organic growth strategies, whatever's trending. So you get lifetime access to that, because everything I teach inside the community, I put inside of the core curriculum. So that's kind of a cool bonus, because even if you're not in the community, you're still able to go there and you know that you're going to get the most up-to-date things to keep your marketing and your podcast fresh. Pay in full bonuses. You get an art of release session, you get extra bonus business strategy support sessions, you get access to all the other bonuses for lifetime. So this is really a cool thing if you pay in full. And I do have payment plans starting at $555 a month, which is also really exciting. My coach actually helped me figure this out. And founding members get a $2,022 scholarship. So this is off the top of the price because you're coming with me on this wild ride while I build it, which again has its benefits because that also means you'll get more hands-on support right now because I am still birthing it and it's more catered towards your business. And here's what people have been saying about my launch system so far is, never stepped outside their comfort zone. We have a person that 3 episodes in resulted in a sale from someone who'd been following her for over a year. The podcast isn't just another layer of connection. Get in, best decisions ever. Jen's the bomb, makes it so easy. Because I'm all about making it as easy as possible. So don't take my word for it. Take the clients that I've been hanging out with for a while. So are you ready for this? I mean, I'm all nervous even just sharing. I'm like, okay, deep breath. This is my reminder to take a deep breath. But I am offering the 6 months. And like I said, if you come in as a founding member, you'll get the 6 months of coaching, plus all the one-on-ones, plus all the support to build your offer and create a podcast strategy. And it's not just a podcast strategy because your podcast strategy will have other organic. So I'll also teach you some of the Facebook, the Instagram, LinkedIn, whatever it is that feels good for you. We can find a strategy that feels good to promote your podcast organically. And then once you get to a certain point, we can figure out paid if you want to do that for $3,333 because I absolutely love angel numbers. And the meaning behind 333 is pretty freaking special. So that's the investment with the scholarship. The next launch will be will be coming out at 5,000. But I'm like so excited for this. It's just, it really, for the last few years, I've really been struggling with figuring out what feels good because I'm like, I'm going to teach podcasting, but then nobody's making money off their podcast because they didn't build their systems correctly. So this allows me to help you be profitable from your podcast instead of just saying, here, launch a podcast and then figure it out, grow your show, but now you don't know how to build them in together. That scared me. Didn't know it had noise. It was really loud in my headset. So I do have a guarantee. If you've done the work, you show up, you do everything, and you still need support after the 6 months because you're just right on the edge of your course or your podcast being launched and growing, stay with me until you get it done. You can stay in the community. That's my guarantee. I don't have a money back guarantee, but I do have a guarantee that I will stay with you and support you as long as you're doing the work to get this out. I feel really good about that. I've seen my mentor do this, and it feels good in my heart to say like, hey, I see you doing the work. I know sometimes 6 months because it's normally a 3-month program, but even after the 6 months, because that's what founding members are getting, that I'm here to support you. I want this to be successful for you. I want this to work for you. I'm here to support you. So that's my guarantee for you. So if you're interested, you can grab a Soulful business strategy call, or I can just send you the link if you're like, yes, I don't even need to talk. I will take all the one-on-ones. I will do all the fun things. I can do that for you either. So this is the sign-up link. I will also drop it in the Facebook group. And yeah, it's my baby. Podcasting really did change my life. And it has been the easiest way to make sales calls, to build sales, to build funnels that actually doesn't feel funky to me. So it feels like especially for like healers and coaches and all these people who really want to infuse their work with love, I feel like you can infuse your work so much deeper inside a podcast. Okay, so now that's out of the way, I can actually breathe. Sorry for the speed up process. You can tell when I get nervous, but let's activate your roadmap within your chakras so that you're open, so that when we are done with the activation, we can work on the homework and build your 30-day plan. All right, I got to breathe for myself. I'm like, we're going to do this for a minute because I got to all right, let's shake that out. Because you get all of me and all raw, get some fun things. Let's kind of get settled in. Let's create a little bit of a space because this is a big one. I mean, 30 days doesn't seem like a lot, but it really is. You know, there's really magical things that can happen in 30 days if you allow yourself to settle in. So let's just kind of settle into our seats. Just open up for that good energy that's about to come in. Just allow ourselves to settle. You know, get comfortable in your chair. If you've got to move around, really feel the chair wherever you're sitting, the ground beneath your feet. Allow yourself to just settle in. Open your heart up, pull your shoulders up and back. Really create an opening in the front of your chest. Allow the tension in your throat to relax, your chin. Focus on the place between your eyes, your third eye, and just feel like a warm sensation. Maybe it's a bright light, but I want you to connect your intuition to your heart. Just allow yourself to connect. And just listen to those thoughts that are coming up. Maybe it's oh my gosh, what's going on? It doesn't matter. Just listen. No thoughts are wrong. And as you take your next deep breath in, I want you to bring your awareness down to your roots, down to the bottom of your spine. Allow that energy to be pulled to there. Really feel connected to the planet. Know that you are safe. You are secure. You are supported. You are loved. You are enough. You are worthy. And the planet is here to support you. She's not going anywhere. She will always be there for you. Really allow yourself to feel connected. Feel strong in that I am safe. I am secure. I am safe. I am safe. It is safe to be all of you. It is safe to share your message. It is safe to share your magic. And take a deep breath in as we move up into that beautiful womb wisdom in the sacral chakra, that place of divine creativity and flow. As women, we are meant to receive. We are meant to embody. We are meant to have things flow. Know that it doesn't have to be all work and no play. Know that it doesn't have to be hard. Really feel that creative power inside your body just being cultivated. That divine offer that is, growing and ready to be birthed. That power of creation. Your magic is being creative and it deserves to be shared with the world. Feel that. What does it feel like? Is it associated with a color? Is it associated with a sound? Or maybe you have a vision of yourself standing in front of you. does it feel like to be in that creative flow of abundance? So many times we think about going into our solar plexus for our fire, but our fire is in our creativity. We are powerful beings that deserve to be heard, to make waves. I want you to take a deep breath in and really fill that space with the life energy that you know is all around us, supporting us every day. And allow whatever it is to tell you, whatever thoughts are coming up, allow them to come up. I want you to take a deep breath in as we move up into that inner fire of the solar plexus. Feel the warmth run through your body. Feel that fire being lit. Feel yourself pull your shoulders back a little bit more, sit a little taller. Feel yourself being released. Feel that fire burning out the shoulds of the society that you no longer associate with. Let that fire burn down what is not yours. And in that doing so of burning it down, how bright is your light getting? I want you to see your light. Let it blind you. Think about those things that you've been holding on to that aren't true, that are someone else's crap. What is it that you want to use to fuel your fire? Let yourself shine so bright that the world can't look away. And feel that. Feel that fire. Take a deep breath in and release it with a sigh as you're letting out all those things that are not yours so your fire can burn brighter. Take a deep breath in. Let out all the things that the society doesn't deserve to have inside of you because they're not yours. You are too magical to let that dull your flame. And feel that, own that. You are enough. Own it now. It's part of you. It's part of you. Your fire is so bright that people can't turn away. You are lighting the path for yourself and others. And activate it. It's yours. Take a deep breath and just feel what that feels like in your body. And I want you to just fill that space with so much love. And as you take your next breath in, I want you to put your hand on your heart and one on your belly. Really connect the energy between that divine love and that fire inside. What does it feel like when you have that fire connected to love? Love for yourself, love for your work, love for your relationships, love for the planet, for humankind, for animals, for all the things that Mother Earth provides for us. What does it feel like when you connect your soul's fire to the love in your heart? And know that your heart is always beating for you. She's always beating for you. Even on those days that you have left her behind, or that we wake up and we look in the mirror and we don't feel enough. We don't feel our gifts are enough. We don't feel like we deserve whatever it is that we actually desire. Know that she's always beating for you without you having to do anything. Your body, your heart is always there for you. When you feel like you have nobody, that energy, that being is inside of you, loving you, guiding you, and being part of your journey. Thank her. Forgive yourself. And allow yourself to feel your fire light up inside your heart. Feel her breathing. She's there for you. You are always supported. That force inside you is always beating for you. Let that guide you. Take a deep breath in and hold that energy inside of you. Maybe you're starting to feel a lump in your throat. As we move up our bodies, this is a sign. This is a sign that you need to say what you want, what you need. Claim your desire. And with your next deep breath in, I want you to let out an audible sound. And I want you to let that fire go all the way up your chest, up through your throat, and feel your words, your sounds being amplified by everything that you're allowing inside. And we're going to take 3 deep breaths. And on the third one, I want you to let out whatever sound you want it to be. Any sound. Take a deep breath in. Let it build. Let it out. In, 2. Out. Let it build. Let it build. In. Let out whatever sound you need to hear. And let that really settle into your body. How does it feel to let that word, let that sound, that word, whatever it was, how did it feel to let it bubble up from inside? Did it feel like a sense of relief, like you just didn't want it to stop? That is your power. That is where you need to stand from. And then I want you to trust that what the words that come out of your mouth, I would like you to tap into your intuition and trust that what is festering up to the surface, the thoughts that are in your mind, is allowing you to be open to receive all the beautiful downloads, because we're not doing this alone. We're here in this human experience. You know, we have this beautiful heart that's beating for us, this body that's the sacred vessel, Mother Earth supporting us, and the divine, God, universe, creator. I want you to just feel what it feels like to be supported from above and below and within. You are supported. You are enough. You are worthy. You are open to love. You are open to sharing with unconditional love. And I want you just to feel that in your body. What does it feel like to be open and empowered enough to share your magic with the world? Lock in that feeling. Lock it in and take it with you. Take it with you. Know that you are safe. You are supported. You are loved. From the heavens to the planet to you, to the heart that's beating for you every day. Lock it in. You are safe. You are strong. You are worthy. You are enough. And it is safe to be seen and heard. You deserve to be seen and heard. I want you to take a deep breath in and just own that. And allow it to follow with you as we create our 30-day roadmap. So when you are ready, take your time and come back to the room. And so it is. Hope that felt as good for you as it did for me. So if you want, you can book a soul strategy call. Let's talk about the homework, which we will be going into. I'm going to be stopping the live soon, but we'll be going into it. Homework is your biggest takeaway, what benefits you've gotten from these 3 days together, and what 2 action steps can we keep you accountable for. Again, entered to win in the community. And if you end up purchasing and then are one of the winners, I will give you a refund or add to the package if you wanted to add it as extra one-on-one time. So let's stop the share for a second. And so that I can, the 15-minute podcast. So you're going to want to create one day, write down. So anybody who's wanting to do a podcast, here are some of the highlights you're going to need. One is on one of the days, put show title. What's entailed in this is I want you to come up with the show title. I want you to look on the podcast app and see if anybody else has a show title that's close to it.
Okay.
Action number 2 is I want you to look for one podcast that is ideal to what your podcast, like it's very similar, not your voice, your words, but something that's
they
similar.
cover the same topics.
Yeah.
Okay. And not
So
necessarily all the same topics, but a few.
Yeah, because this is a great thing to have from day one if you run out of things to talk about or you're not inspired. Sometimes you can listen to someone else's podcast and be inspired.
Yep.
Day 3 for podcasting is I want you to look for keywords. So do a little bit of SEO research or hire someone on Fiverr for $15.
Nope. I will do it.
After that, I want you to write a show description that has so your number, I think we're on 4. I should probably write these down.
Yeah, that's
number 4 would be to write a show description. 20 minutes. Take 20 minutes to do it. Write a show description that has those keywords in it.
Okay.
Number
How long
5,
are those generally?
A paragraph, multiple paragraphs. There's no, just know that that's one of the 3 places that's searchable.
Okay.
Number 5 is I want you to write down 5 episode titles that have those keywords.
Okay.
And I know this sounds like a lot of masculine strategy, but we need this because we need our show to grow on some of the masculine levels so that we can open up and be attractive as, the divine feminine to receive. So once we do that, now you have a game plan. If you need to, number 6 is decide if you're going to have a normal structured podcast that has intro with music, or if you're going to say your intro every time. So this also, when you think about this, you need to start thinking about what kind of editing do you want to do? If you want to make it so basic, if you want to do it so basic, what you want to do is have it written out. I have one of my clients that does this all the time. She writes out her thing and she this episode, we're talking about meditation. Welcome to, let's talk such and such with so-and-so. I'm your podcast host. And then she literally says the whole thing. No music, no nothing. That means that it's minimal editing. She can download that file, put it into a topic. It'll level it out for her and she's done. That is the most basic way. If you want to get a little bit deeper and have those, so this is day 6 is this day to decide whether you're going to have music or you have to embed, which you can also embed via a topic, but decide what structure you want for your podcast. Day 7 is share that you're starting a podcast. I don't care where you share. Any warm audience you have right now, to share it.
Cool.
Day 8, I want you to record it. Episode 1.
Okay.
9, I want you to record day 2, because you say you're 15-minute podcast, so you can do them back to back.
Mm-hmm.
Next one, episode 3. The next one, after you've done those 3 episodes, I want you to record a trailer. This is think of it as a movie clip. This is the first thing that goes into your podcast. This isn't your intro. This isn't anything. This is a little bit deeper dive than your intro.
Okay.
And those 4 episodes, so your trailer and those other 3 are going to be what's going to be on launch day.
Okay, so you have the trailer and then you have the 3 podcasts.
And then the 3 podcasts. You want bingeable on day 1.
Yep. Which means you have to have at least 3.
Yeah. I would have 3 full episodes in your trailer. If you can't do that, then you can't do that. But that's kind of the action that you need to take. Again, I don't want you guys to think about show notes right now unless you are specifically using them on a blog, because they are not useful. But think about after you get your launch day, I want you to think about whatever your offer is. No, I don't want you doing until you have 1,000 downloads per episode.
You don't need
show notes aren't even useless unless you have a blog. Even when you have a blog at 1,000, it's not, unless your blog is set up where your SEO optimized, you're loading fast, you have people linking back to your website, and all those things are not going to show up in the rankings anyway. So it's not as important as people think. You really want SEO, podcast, not blog. So once you've got all that done, I want you to think about your offer. So whatever, I don't know what day we're on. I think we're on like day 10. I lost count.
11 is record trailer. And can I just ask?
Oh, 12.
Is that, I feel like that might be where I would get stuck. Is there an alternative to that?
Don't do it.
Okay.
There's your alternative. Don't do it.
Okay.
If you don't want to do it, then don't do it. Like if any of this stuff doesn't feel like you actually go back and you feel that fire that's inside that was connected to your heart and to your intuition. If it doesn't feel good, then be like, I'm not doing that. Cross it off. But have fun. Take day 11 and put have fun. Like do something fun and you're 10. Yeah. But
I just wanted to ask a clarification question on the trailer. Can you explain what's the purpose behind that? I know you said to go deeper beyond your intro, but give me an example of what you mean deeper.
So my trailer is 2 minutes long and it is my most played episode. People today are still looking for it. So when somebody Googles your show, let's say your show is 20 to 50 minutes long, depending on what you want. People will listen to your trailer to see if it's something that they actually want to like. I want to follow this show. I want to be somebody who comes back. Most people from that episode aren't hitting follow, which is subscribe, but we no longer say subscribe anymore because it sounds like something you have to pay for. So that is really kind of like your highlight. That's your trailer, like the movie trailer to get somebody in. Not everyone will go all the way back, but a lot of people will go and listen to that trailer because it shows up as a trailer if you click when you set things up, and they're like, oh yeah. So like my new one is like the podcast about podcasting. Here's all the things you're going to get from it. Here's how it's different from other shows. Now let's dig in.
Got it. Cool.
So it's really that high level. I want to go deep, but I have to learn to talk quiet or to talk shorter.
And is that audio only? Is it just an audio trailer?
Yeah. All of these are audio only trailers. I mean, if you're recording and streaming live, you can. If you're gonna, for me, I'm finding it's better if you're doing them live to do them to something like YouTube versus Facebook, because you get a little bit more length out of them where people can actually like find them. But if you have a community already in Facebook, I would use wherever your people are hanging out, because your warm audience is going to be your first listeners.
Mm.
Awesome. Thanks.
So we left off on trailer. Brains
We're up to
like,
day 13 now. The next one is day
Ooh.
13.
No, I only have
Day.
day 11. What was day 12?
Yeah, I am at
Day 12, day 12 was launch, publish.
Oh,
or pick it. I would say pick your
Or have
launch
fun.
date. Yeah, or have fun. You could say screw Jen to all of this and just have fun. But pick your launch day, because whatever launch day you have, let's say you're like, I'm inspired to launch on a Wednesday. Make sure that you want to support that Wednesday. Unless you want to do like a drip, you can do a drip launch. You can do episode on a Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday if you don't want to put them all out at once. So people are still used to getting them. But pick your day. Pick your day, own your day. Tuesday through
Always a good
Thursday
idea.
is the best, most listened to day.
Tuesday through Thursday? Okay.
Publishing at 4 a.m. Eastern is the best time to publish. These are little behind the scene things that I've learned in publishing and being a producer. Mondays, everybody launches their shows on a Monday and a Friday. So you really have to fight for those slots. If you publish at 4 a.m., it's 2 a.m. our time, but you're going to show up in the feed as you're launched. So the other thing is, if for some reason 4 a.m. is not working for you, look at where
4
your
a.m.
audience
what?
is. Eastern.
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 Yeah, unless it's gonna auto set up, I'm not gonna be up at 4 a.m. to put it on.
It's all schedule based, just like a blog.
It'll be fine.
But if your audience is in Europe, think about when it is
Okay.
right before they're
Yep.
waking up. So you've got to watch your audience where it's at.
Okay.
so Jen, are you saying that Mondays and Fridays we should not try to launch on those days?
I wouldn't. I mean, you can, if it feels good to you, do it. I'm just from the statistic point of view. But again, I'm all about
It's
soulful
not the best time.
podcasting.
Okay.
There are a lot of shows coming out on Mondays and Fridays, and you'll be fighting with that market more. Whereas Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, which if you go one step deeper, Tuesday is probably the best day because nobody launches shows on Tuesday. Like I have no podcasts that go out on Tuesday out of all the people I produce.
Well, that tells me that I'm doing it on Tuesday then.
But I've found that any one of those days you get a little bit more traction, and I've played with my show a lot.
Okay.
Granted, I have one of my episodes going out on Monday every week because I'm trying some new things, but yeah. So pick your day, pick your launch date,
Take socks off your hands.
and then I want you to the next day I want you to think about how you want to share it with your current audience. This isn't writing out your plan. This is just like, where do you want to share?
Okay.
Where are your current people hanging out?
I mean, I don't have any current people, but somewhere between
do.
Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah. Then the next day, I want you to look at that person that we found, and I don't know what day it was because I didn't write them down. I probably should have written these down. But the day that you found the podcast that was aligned, that was the same as yours, where are they
Okay.
hanging out?
Yeah.
So we're
that
doing
would-
a little bit of the research at this point.
Okay.
And again, if
which
any
is
of this
good.
research and things doesn't feel good, you don't have to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, I want to do it. That's the stuff I want to do anyways. So
Joe, you had something.
When you say where's the podcast that's similar to what you could be doing or are doing is coming from, what are you talking about? Which like podcast app it's on, or?
No, so most podcasters will have some sort of social presence.
Mhm.
What I want you to do is find out where that person is because in, I don't know, day 2 or 3, whatever day I told you, because again, I didn't write them down. I'm just spilling it out as it comes. The person that you picked, the podcast that you picked, where else are they hanging out?
Like, are they on Facebook and Instagram, or are they on TikTok, or are they on Twitter?
Yeah. So where are they hanging out, and how is their audience reacting?
Got it.
There, I will be 100% honest, organic growth. The best way to grow organically is to collab with other people
Mhm.
and to use SEO inside of the podcast app. Most people, unless somebody has referred them to your podcasts, I don't say don't post to your social media if you like doing it, but a lot of podcasting doesn't get actually taken from the podcast apps. Unless it's somebody who's used to seeing them and it's like, oh yeah, every week I remember to see your post and I'm going to go click on it and listen from your app. So just know that sometimes like having a big, robust social media strategy is not always helpful. And then what I want you to
People don't
do,
always want to listen.
yeah, is I want you to just get excited and share from your heart. And for the next 5 days, I want you to share from your heart wherever you're currently hanging out.
Okay, so whether it be Facebook, Instagram,
Yeah.
TikTok, Twitter, whatever.
In any way that feels good. If that's a long written post, great. If
Do
that's
it.
a story, great. If that's a live, great. But I
Okay.
want you to share for 5 days before your launch day.
Which gives
So
people time to
yeah.
prepare.
But not too much time.
Mm-mm.
5 days has been the sweet spot.
Okay,
Is this 15?
I don't know.
I think that's
Let's
15
do
through
15
20.
through 20.
I think.
15 through 20. Yes, we got
That's
10
good.
more days, guys.
So 5 days? Okay.
5 days. And that's your 20 minutes for those 5 days. Sorry, guys, I didn't write these down. I should have.
Replays are great. Replays are great. If you miss anything, you just go back and watch it again.
Right.
And
And
write
And then
then,
you can,
down, you
and you
remember.
can cross-check your notes.
yep. And then I want you to do a launch day.
Okay.
And if at the end of that 5 days, your launch day doesn't feel good, change it.
Do it again.
I really want you to think about it. And I want you to address any fears that come up. So I'm going to say launch day / fears, because you may want to push back. You may want to be like, oh, I need to change my audio. Oh, this doesn't sound right. No, your first
It's fine.
10 episodes are going to be crap. Sorry, hate to say it. It's just how it is. I love you all, but that's just where we start. They're not going to be perfect. If you get stuck in that perfection bubble, you are going to drive yourself crazy. You're going to have a nightmare. It's just not. So that day, your launch day, I want you to start addressing fears, because once you hit publish and you actually start sharing your message from your heart without
Imposter
restriction,
syndrome will be big.
it might not even be imposter syndrome. It might just be anything.
Okay.
But something will come up, and I want you to journal about it. So that's going to be your launch day action, is journal about whatever bubbled to the surface. Then once you get past that, I want you to record an episode about that feeling for your following week.
Okay.
Because most of your podcasts, something like that can fit. You know, just knowing your all of your businesses, it's going to be something that your audience is going to relate to.
Yeah, because it's fears. Yep.
And then the next day, I want you to edit and upload
Okay. So one
and schedule,
edit,
because
upload,
we're
and then
doing
schedule.
super basic editing. Whether
Yes.
you're using Autopic or Descript, one of those to level it out, you're recording, you're sticking it in one of those programs, letting it do it for you, and then you're uploading it to your host.
Yeah,
Did
because
not pick a host day, but somewhere back in those days, pick a host. I personally recommend either Libsyn or Buzzsprout, and I'll give you the highlights for both of them really quick so you can just make a
Okay.
decision. The Libsyn, it's a low cost, has basic stats for $7 a month. It's the OG, it's the original podcast host, super
Okay.
user friendly, has a pretty front end. It's great. Or if you want a more robust program that has what's called dynamic content, that means if you want to promote something, you can put it on every single one of your episodes all the way back. I like Buzzsprout because they're the only ones that allow you to do that right now.
Okay.
And it has better statistics. It's also like $18 a month versus $7. Yep.
Oh,
Okay.
did you say Lipson? Now everybody's doing their hand up. Did you say Lipson?
Libsyn, Libsyn.
Libsyn.
Yes. I do not recommend Anchor. You can use Anchor. It is free.
You don't like
but
it.
when you are in tech nightmare land, don't tell me I didn't warn you. Free comes with a price tag. Your sanity.
Yep.
I can second that. I tried it. No, don't do it.
Pay the
I added-
$7 or pay the $5. Like, let's
I
hang out
added
with
with the
Libsyn.
host to day 8.
Yeah, that's probably a good. I totally forgot about the host. And the time that it takes to upload, but whatever. You guys can figure it out.
Yeah.
I'm not perfect. Here's
No.
me showing up in my imperfection. I do have a system inside my program that I make you go through, but I did not pull that out. I probably should have.
It's fine.
So then I want you to, for those of you who are letting the podcast out when they feel inspired, if you have more than one that can come out in a day, please record them. For the next few days, I want you to keep promoting the episodes. Pick days to promote them. You can promote them every day, but I really want you to start getting ahead, because the problem with
Okay.
podcasting is you need to be consistent.
Yeah.
Because you're training somebody to create a time slot for you in their life.
And
Because,
that's why I'm
for-
going with 15 minutes, because it's easier.
Yeah. So as you're working through these things, just think about that. So for me, some days I'm like on fire and I'll record 10 episodes. Well, I record 10 episodes and now I'm ahead for 10 weeks.
But that's great.
And if I want to take a break, I can. So think about like your cycle and your phases, because we're all women. So
Okay.
we have these
Yep.
ups and downs and arounds and moments we want to
mine's just
hide and all the
squiggly.
things. Record when you're inspired, and if you can, get ahead, because there are going to be weeks,
Yeah.
there are going to be moments, there are going to be times where you're like, I want to take a vacation. Libsyn allows you to schedule, super easy to schedule, super easy to upload.
So which one is easier to schedule in?
They're both the same.
Okay.
It just depends on what you want for your business. If you want that promo capability that you can go back and add a promo in the beginning or at the end of your episodes, all the way through from episode 1 all the way to whatever episode you're on, or
'Cause I can do that.
promote inside your episodes, because there's a
Yeah.
whole strategy behind when you build a course or build an offer of actually
Yeah.
building those into your episodes without selling, which is a
Yeah.
huge part of my strategy, is selling without
And that's so
selling.
much better. So, okay.
And then that should get you guys through the rest of your 30 days. It's just kind of like do between promoting and recording.
Okay. And it's alternating.
It doesn't matter. I would say let it be what it is, but just make sure that you're using that 20 minutes every day.
Yeah.
Or if you have hour-long episodes, those 20 minutes will become an hour.
Well, I don't know yet where I'm gonna be, where my starting point is in recording the thing. I'm guessing Zoom, because I will be, connecting with the person I'm interviewing. But if I'm just speaking one way, having a monologue, where would you suggest I record it?
You're
What-
on Mac, so GarageBand.
Jen,
So,
do you,
and
I'm
Oh,
sorry,
yeah.
can I ask
Nope.
a question real quick on that?
Yep.
Solo versus dual interviews, or like a hybrid between the two. What do you see as being most successful? A hybrid?
hybrid, and the hybrid can be something as small as doing interviews, one interview every other month. if you want to do more solos. But just remember, the hybrids make it easier for you to get on other people's shows. It makes it easier for you to collaborate. It makes it easier for you to build a community. So I've seen a lot of solo shows, but I would say it really gives you an opportunity to be able to collaborate with somebody and find the aligned podcast. You don't have to. You can do purely solo. I just like it, and it's a great way. Like if you have a person that you want as a salesperson, you can have them come in like, oh, this might be an ideal client, and just talk to them for an hour. You've immediately created a connection with them, and then it allows them to get to know you. Not that you're necessarily going in for the sale, it just creates that deeper level of trust. So this is GarageBand. So you just open your GarageBand, pick an empty project, record using microphone, hit create. I turn these off because they annoy me. So just really click on them. There's a little down arrow up here. I change it to time because I don't know tempo, and hit the record button. And we're recording right now. So it's that simple. Hit stop, hit share, export to disk, boom, you're done. Where I go. And then once you do that, you have your audio, and then you just open up, Aponic, topic, whatever you want to call it. You're seeing some of the behind, hit new production, click your file to upload. And just upload it. And then this will do all of your backend metadata and ID3 tagging for you. Just put your title, your name, your podcast name, basic keywords in here. You can put whatever you want. You can put anything in here. And then the tags. And then hit start production because you want the adaptive. And that's it.
And is that, what is Ophonic again? Is that something I download?
No, it's just a website you go to.
Oh, and you can use that as your production thing?
Yeah, this will auto level. So you can kind of see like, this is what the podcast looked like before I leveled it out. This is what it looks, this is how it fixes it. And it brings it up to the 16 loops, which is what Apple likes.
Awesome.
So that's the easiest route I have found to do like the basics of the basics. And that's all you need in the beginning.